Good morning, all. Happy Christmas week. Hello, Fun Garian JLM. Hello, Johnny. Happy birthday, Miss Sherry. Hello, Stuart. Hello, Alan. A lot of you folks I am not going to be able to see this morning in chat. The mobile setup, folks, makes it a little difficult. Hello, Patriot Snow Wolf Krishna. Hello, Miss Mary. Hello, Coffee. Okay, that's hot. Hello, Pad State. Fred, good to see you this morning. Hello, Denard, dude. Good to see you in the house. If you're like me and you're getting at an age where your body just feels sluggish and off all the time, then listen up, because recently I wasn't feeling great. Decided to call my friend Dr. Josh some help. Told him what was going on. Response kind of shocked me. Said I had all the telltale signs of a clogged liver. Probably heard about how important your body is, or excuse me, I should say your liver is for your body. Detoxification, digestion, energy levels. Most people have no idea how clogged and overburdened their liver is. Eating processed food, drink, stress, all these things can take a toll, leaving your liver clogged. It's important not to let it go unchecked, because your liver is arguably the most important organ in your body. Being responsible for the proper function of nearly every system in your body, from digestion to metabolism to detoxification. Essentially, a healthy liver equals a healthy you. Dr. Josh took his 25 years of medical experience and expertise and developed Ultra Liver. And it is really, really making a difference. Say hello to renewed energy, clear thinking, a body that's operating 100% again. A number of you folks here in chat have used it for fatty liver disease. If you're in chat, sound off on how it has worked for you. If you guys are interested, you can go to tryultraliver.com/MarkZ. Try your Ultra Liver today, and he does have a sale going on right now for up to 50% off. Again, you can find that at tryultraliver.com/MarkZ. Who else doing the birthday thing this morning? Not just Sherry, is it? And does that not suck? You know, like Christmas birthdays, like you get like maybe a little bit bigger present. You don't get like split up. I always thought that would just like not be much fun. How about you guys over there in the peanut gallery? How would you like to have a Christmas birthday? Family's hiding over here. They're trying to be really quiet and ignore me when I'm talking to them. Stacy Z's in the house. Hello, Ron. That clock is storied in the family. It's a really nice grandfather clock. I have to get my mother to give us the story. Hello, James. Hello, MT. Turned 72 last Friday. Yeah, he was definitely not singing, MT. I'll try to sing to you today. Who else do we have? Fur Mama doing a birthday. I think I saw that one. It's going fast. My screen for chat is smaller on the laptop. Mary's husband, Oscar, turned 60. He is a young whippersnapper, Mary. Whoa, slow it down. See, wife's Graham. His wife's going to be 69 tomorrow. Granddaughter 5 on the 25th, born at 4 p.m. on Christmas. Got some good birthdays today. Yeah, guys, there's no comms in the clock. Not clicking. Cheryl yesterday, 54. You know, I need to check on Zester this morning. Tina's having a birthday. I see a lot of you folks checking off on like nieces and friends and family that have Christmas or birthdays close to it. Silver, I saw that 69. It was pushing towards 70 bucks. The dam is breaking. Weasel bait. MSM continues to ignore the price of silver. Your thoughts? They don't want to admit what's happened. It's like, you got busted. You broke the lamp. You tried to glue it together, and everybody can see you tried to glue it together, and it's just not working. It's one of those. We need Andy this week, but we're not going to get him. I don't know. I'll lean on him. See if we can get him to squeeze in anyways. Silver making a big one. Yes, I'm in Virginia Beach. We'll get into the word. Japanese. Yeah, the Japanese bond market's feeling it. And told long ago, that's where we would see it. And that is exactly where we're seeing it. Till we see silver run, bond market invert, Japanese bonds start to implode. Seeing exactly what we were told to expect. Key West Kim. Wendy just ran. Wait, she went to Alta, right? Yeah, nobody's listening.
I don't know.
Don't know? You don't say. Okay. She's going to get some last minute Christmas shopping done. Miss Jeannie, we appreciate it. I don't know where he's gone away to. He was here a minute ago, helping me set up. Hello, Mitzi. Wait, is that Miss Kukla in here this early? Think I saw her. Landon, it's going to be 18 on the 26th. Federal Reserve, yeah, more office. They pivoted to quantitative easing. I mean, they're trying to call it a different name, but that's exactly what they did. They admitted to the world that they're screwing the people. Or I shouldn't say that they are devaluing the currency, debasing the currency. Same thing. Sue Atkins' birthday. All right, let's get into some news. I think it's that time, and we do have the Mushroom Ladies today. Bring them in a touch early on this Monday before Easter. Before Christmas. Oh, Nature Girl, you should have seen my mom last night. She was so happy to have everybody together. And she's going to have a house full of everybody tonight again. Let's see here. There's a happy mom. Oh, you can't really see. You can't really tell in the pictures. Lots of family pictures, but you can't tell. I'll see if I can get some moved over when I get back to the big computer. A lot of your friends, I like this one. ADC writer said about 3 ounces silver yesterday to help out a friend. He was thankful he had to sell it. Yeah, if you guys are selling it, people within the community probably want to buy it if you live close to anybody. I am cold. Well, actually, I'm pretty good right now, but hello, Miss Lalise? Manhattan born. All right, your big news going on today. It's McKee. Yeah, she was excited. We're playing. What was the name of that game, Stacy?
Blank Slate.
Blank Slate. So we have family game night as well. It was a good time. Our baby niece is growing up. She's like, what, 16 now? Lauren? She's only 14? I swear she's like getting so big. It's a good thing we got 2 new ones coming. Twin little girls coming next month. Well, no, in February. I am blessed to get to spend this Christmas. Yeah, what kind of weather you guys have? I see 72 in Florida. Downright chilly in Virginia Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Jayhawks, we love our moms. Mine past Christmas Eve. That had to be tough, Jayhawk. That is. 50 in Georgia, 48 in the KC, 21 in Pennsylvania, 20. I see a 29 in Fairfield, PA. Whoa. We got some belated birthdays, too. Willow B. All right, news. Let's get to it. The big news in the day. And guys, I'm on the mobile, so sharing pictures, other screens, and articles gets very difficult. I will put them up at the original MarkZ under links. So when we talk about these today, I'm not going to be able to show you the articles, but they will be up there for you to read in their entirety. A big meeting tonight has been announced at Maliki's house, of all places, Sudani. The development framework's going to be there. A couple of the coordination framework. Their plan is to pound out the details this evening. It is a who's who in Iraqi politics getting together this evening to pound out most likely prime minister candidate and to how they're going to phrase the laws to remove arms from the militias so that they are under this control of the state. They get really, that is what we're watching probably this evening for Iraq, is going to be that meeting at Maliki's house this evening, or should I say in about 4 hours or so. All right, when did sound go away, guys? I cannot see both screens when I'm looking. This is very, very tough. What was the last thing discussed? Spare telling me there's no sound. Tell me what the last thing we were discussing. Once y'all stop spamming, I'll pick up where we were at. I'm still waiting for the spam to stop so I can figure out exactly where. GDF, zero news on bonds. So we've not discussed those. We definitely weren't there. So we're going to Maliki's house. And I'm waiting. Okay, so we did discuss the amount of time before the meeting. All right. Boy, that's going to be a yes. All right. If you could see my screen, you'd know why I'm not continuing until you guys slow it down. I can't see it. All right, now we're slowing down. I can see my screen again. Big meeting today. What we're watching in Iraq is there's a meeting in Maliki's house this evening. Sudani will be present. The development framework and the coordination framework are going to be there. They will be discussing removing arms from the military factions. And the next candidate, and Sudani is still in that. Number of sources are saying Maliki's not in it, even though the meeting's at Maliki's house. But they've got that meeting this evening to try to decide on who they will put forward to vote tomorrow as a prime minister. Also being told that they are working to get the, I shouldn't say I'm being told, we've got the articles. And again, they will be up over at the original MarkZ.com in the normal list spot for links. That's going to be your big one. Bonsai, dead silent. As to be expected, it is Monday morning. I think we're going to be awfully quiet on that front as a number of the I don't know why the computer continues to mute, guys, but do not spam and tell me that it's out. I'm keeping an eye on it. Yeah. I don't know why it's doing it. Every time I try to look at a article, it is muting. Christ Jesus Lord, that nice chat handle there. Yes, very much early January is still where they're pushing. Must be. Okay. Whenever you guys spam to tell me, I can't see the screen to continue. No bond news again for the 100th time. None was expected. I was explaining that my contacts in Zurich on bonds did not return to work this morning. They are gone for the holiday season. All right, think we're ready. Think we're ready to keep moving. Do I need a trust to get answer? Now that's funny. That one's funny. Yeah, this is this setup. I'm gonna have to work on my mobile setup. This is not cutting it. All right, I think we get to start again. Yeah, I think we get to start again. All right, no bond news. Again, no bond news. None was expected. Told most of the activities in Asia, don't panic that Zurich's gone for the holiday season. What other news we have? White House tariff checks. Don't know how much of that came through or not. That is back on the table. They are pushing for early in 2026 in the first quarter, according to people within the Trump administration. If you're positive news on that one, California, more companies announcing that they are done refining, some talking about no longer distributing fuel because of the driver crisis, everything else, and to California. So I don't know what's going to happen there. I'm going to keep an eye on it this week. I don't know why we suddenly have a culmination of political issues in California, but they are coming to a head quickly. September, gal, it's not always next year. It's whenever it's going to happen. Mr. C checked in this morning. He has no news. Group leaders, Joseph, have not checked in at all yet, but that's not unusual. It's Monday morning. They won't even get their updates until somewhere between 2 and 4 Eastern today. Claire, I don't know what to tell you on years on Dragon Bonds. It is a strange name if you think about it. It sounds like some medieval fair book when you read some of the names on some of the historic bonds. I mean, these bonds are hundreds of years old in some instances. Well, not hundreds, but up to. So I always found the names interesting. Have they left you, Mom? But you can come wave if you want. You can come wave if you want. Oh, wait for Mom to come say hi. Hi. I have Mom and the commander. Everybody else disappeared on me.
Yes, I mean, they were sitting there when I left to go back in my room. Came out, no one.
Yeah, who knows? See, everybody's saying hi, Mom Z. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Lots of.
Lots of jokes.
They were asking about the commander earlier.
Oh, they were.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're supposed to tell him hello.
Oh, okay. He's here.
He's here. All right, guys. I'm going to, if the mushroom ladies are okay, I'm going to bring them in and answer a lot of questions in chat throughout this one, just to make this process easier. HCL is not done. We will announce it when it's done. We do know they made a lot of progress last week. Sasha, Merry Christmas, because we had a number of articles on the progress they made. We know that the Kurdish region was getting together. The leaders from two major blocks in the KRG were getting together last week to have all of their inner politics for the for their region done by the 29th. There is a mad push in Iraq to have a prime minister picked by the 29th when parliament sits, which to me tells us that they're awfully interested in finishing HCL. Ellen, some people saying Trump wants it done by Christmas. Absolutely. It's a possibility. It's going to be tight. There's still a big push. Oh, somebody wants me to sing happy birthday. But yeah, Stuart, that's still the time frame. I was told their goals are between December 2nd, January 2nd. We are much closer to January 2nd than December 2nd, so there is a push. Haven't heard that. Tucker buying CNN, I highly doubt it. Road Sailor. Be cool if he did. I'll go ahead. Yeah, Steelers for beating the Lions. Bears clinch the playoffs. Go Bears. I see that. We were here for you. I know it was some controversial calls. And I swear the one was just a gimme from the call that took a touchdown away. So the call at the end, I mean, it was pass interference, or offensive pass interference. But I also feel like it was kind of a gimme. They're getting worse and worse, I swear. The officiating. All right, Bonnie, Sherry, MT, Fur Mama, Oscar, Charlie. Can't read my own. I'm going to sing happy birthday. I'm going to be in chat the whole time the mushroom ladies are talking. So they tell me it's your birthday. Well, happy birthday, darling. May you live, may you love. May all your dreams come true. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all those celebrating. I'm still here, still going to be going. If there's any more news, I will share it. There's a lot I'd like to talk about, but in order to bring it up, I lose the mic. So I got to work on it. They changed something since I used the laptop last for a podcast. I got to figure out where this setting is, and I'm hoping this lady can rescue me while I figure it out.
Hi, how are you?
I am good. And you wanted me to share a picture. I can't.
Said, no worries. I've got it. I can hold it up. And
you can share it.
Your mom looks fantastic. And didn't you have a little scare with her not so long ago?
Yes, yeah, we had a little one. She they had her on too much gabapentin. It just whoo cuckoo.
Well, she looks fantastic.
She's awesome. She's doing well.
Oh, and is Kristen not in the house?
We haven't seen her yet.
Oh,
Did you send her the link?
I did send her the link. Let me double check with her. My gosh, we're so excited to be here. Let me just quickly text Kristen and say, do you have the link?
I also brought you in early. Normally she wouldn't come in for another 20
minutes. I told her
minutes.
we might be going in early because I knew you were having some problems.
Fighting it.
Yeah. Well, before Chris, I just asked her if she had the link. So I'm sure she got back to me in a minute. You know, this is a crazy time of year for our animals. Think about this. I don't let my dog bring his sticks into my house, yet I bring a tree into my house. I mean, think about these poor dogs.
The tree's just for the dog to chew on.
I know, or to pee on, or to try to drink the water. And cats need to climb in them. But you know, this is a really tough time for our animals. I mean, think about how crazy it is for us. And now the animals are sitting there going, wow, there's a tree in the house, there's flashing lights, there's crinkling paper, there's bows, there's all this stuff going on. And you guys, it is a really, really tough time for your animals. So I just want you all to be really conscious and aware that it is a tough time. There's still time to order chill doggies if you FedEx them. We do have FedEx option. But until then,
geez. All right. How about for New Year's? That's the one where more people.
absolutely. Yes, the fireworks. That is the number 2 day that animals run away and go to the shelter. They just want to run. I mean, those noises are horrendous for them because their hearing is so much more sensitive than ours. And even the kitty cats, it's a really tough time. You can swaddle them. You can chill doggy them. You can put them into a room with some nice soft music. But boy, I'll tell you, it is a rough time. So we want everybody to understand that the foods that we feed, I've got, and I know Kukla put it up on her Telegram room, a Mark flyer that you guys can all like copy and paste, but it's basically saying, be very careful of poinsettias, amaryllises, mistletoes, holly, lily. Those are poisonous. And we all have these poinsettias all over the house. The leaves are falling off. If the dog eats it, you're going to end up in the hospital. And nobody wants that at this time of year. Also understand that peppermint, candy canes. I mean, candy canes are like, peppermint is so poisonous to your dogs and to your cats. And also chocolate, all the things that we have out, right? These are the things that are really going to be tough on our animals. I'm going to put this back up. If you can screenshot this, there you go, and hang it in your office, hang it on a bulletin board. Last Thanksgiving, we had the best testimonial of a little boy who was yelling at his uncle for feeding something that was on Mark's do not feed list. And I just thought that was priceless because people do look at these things, and it is important that we protect our fur babies. We're their God, right? And they depend on us to do everything for them. We brought them into the home. Now we have to be a good steward and help them. So I'm going to get started. Kristen's going to come in a few minutes. I think she's got the link. I did send it to her, and she hasn't said she didn't have it. Let me just double check one more second. Okay. All right. So I just double checked with her. Okay. So I'm Diana. Kristen's coming. We're the Mushroom Ladies. We so appreciate Mark. We so appreciate this platform. It's kind of funny. We all have become family. And I listen to Mark talk about his mom. I hear Stacy in the background. And I feel like they're my family because for the last 2.5 years, we've been doing these incredible life-saving podcasts for our animals and for people. I'm certified in holistic pet care. I'm certified in CBD for animals and people, and I'm certified in pet nutrition. Everything that we are doing right now is a mushroom mission. It's a mineral mission. It's a nutritional mission. We work primarily with the Coriolus versicolor mushroom, which is a mushroom that is grown abundantly. And it does have the PSP and PSK, which is really important for its efficacy and its potency. I had a company call me a couple of weeks ago, and they wanted to talk to me about the mushroom craze that we're in. And we really are. Mushrooms this, mushrooms that, mushroom coffee. I saw mushroom candy the other day. So it is important that you guys are getting a good quality when you are buying any product in general. But that's the thing I love about Mark and his community. Mark's the kind of guy that always vets everything. He doesn't ever recommend anything to us without totally vetting the company, making sure that we are not only just a good company, but that we have a good product and that it's going to be good customer service, all the things, faith-based, USA-based, all of the things that we all hold near and dear to our heart. So why is our mushroom better? Well, it's pretty simple. We have the extraction method that is in the mycelium state. So let's think about a rose. If you have a rose and a rose is at its most beautiful, that's usually right before it dies. And think about it, right before it dies, it's most beautiful. It's kind of the same thing with the fruited body of the Coriolus versicolor mushroom. It looks amazing. It looks like this big, beautiful turkey tail, and it's absolutely beautiful. The problem with it is that it's on its way out, and your potency is going to be less. It's going to be less potent. So we have a proprietary extraction method. We do extract down in the mycelium state, kind of the root state, kind of the umbilical cord state. And that way we have the highest PSP and PSK, which gives it its potency. It's also the mushroom that has 400 medical studies. Now, there are 200 strains of this mushroom. So not all Coriolis versicolor is alike. You want to make sure that you're getting the proper strain and that it has the 400 medical studies attached to it. I got involved in this product, 2016. I had heard about it. The company had contacted me. They knew I had an industry background in the pet industry. They knew I was an animal lover. And I was retired. I wasn't looking to do anything else. I was at that point of our life where, we were just kind of like, doing a lot of community things and working with our church. But I couldn't not become a voice for our animals. When I saw the studies and what this was doing for people and animals, I thought, I got to get out there and I got to start experimenting with this, sharing this. And so I did. I started getting amazing stories. But then something crazy happened. I was diagnosed with cancer in 2020. It was during the beginning of the pandemic. The world was shutting down. It was a crazy time. And they told me I had to wait 30 days for a board to decide whether or not I was able to be operated on. I had a tumor in my colon that if it exploded, I'm gone. But they wanted to wait until a board decided I was worthy, I'm not sure, of being operated on. Went right away to the Coriolis versicolor product, which is this green bottle, and started taking 3 times the normal amount because I knew that my body was in distress, that it had been compromised. My immune system was definitely taking a hit. And so 10 a day. 30 days later, I got the call that I had been approved for surgery. Get into the hospital, take your pre-op blood work. I get to the hospital and it was like a scene from that movie Outbreak. I mean, there was plastic everywhere. Nobody was there. People were in hazmat suits. It was nuts. Had to go through 2 police checkpoints just to get into the hospital for blood work. Got home 14 hours later. I got an emergency email. You must get on a video conference with the oncology department. And I'm thinking, oh man, this might not be good, right? That's where our mind goes, especially when you've been told that you have cancer. There was my doctor smiling and he said, "What are you doing?" And I just thought that was so bizarre. What do you mean? What am I doing? I'm packing a suitcase. I'm trying to be still. I'm just trying to wait till I can get to the hospital and get this tumor out. He said, "Diana, you're in remission." And I'll never forget those words resonated, but I didn't really know what it meant. I know it's good, but what does it mean? And he explained to me that every cancer has a marker. If you are dealing with that and you have a loved one that's dealing with cancer, make sure you know what your markers are. Every cancer has a marker that they use to decide whether or not you're progressing or digressing. And in my case, the marker should have been 2.5. I was off the charts. That day, I was 0.05. Again, he said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm taking the Coriolis versicolor mushroom." And it was kind of sad because his next response was, I don't know anything about that. And I thought, wow, how sad. This is a man who is a man of medicine. This is a man who's a man of oncology. And this mushroom has 400 medical studies. It's the first protocol they use in Japan. And he didn't know about it. But at least he didn't shut me down. He said, "Keep doing what you're doing. We still need to get this tumor out. But I'm going to also have to recommend chemo because you have an aggressive cancer." And I remember thinking, my husband and I had said no chemo. We had already made that decision. But then I started deep diving and doing research. And I realized that this mushroom had studies from Sloan Kettering about how the Coriolis versicolor mushroom could actually complement chemotherapy. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm feeling pretty good. I came through the surgery really well. It just looked like it was just the right thing for me to do. I didn't want to take the risk. It was a 40% chance of reoccurrence without chemo, 10% chance of reoccurrence with chemo. As hard as that decision was, and it was against everything I ever thought I would do, I'm glad that I did. So during chemotherapy, I continued to take 10 a day. I was osteoporosis before chemotherapy. I was very concerned about the bone density impact because chemotherapy destroys your bone density. During chemo for 6 months, I didn't throw up. I didn't lose my hair. I didn't have that pasty, depleted look. I had some bad days. I'm not going to say they were all, butterflies and unicorns. There were some really bad days, but most of the time I was pretty darn good shape. And it was kind of comical because I had people that would look at me and they go, "You don't look like a cancer
I was
patient."
just enjoying the butterflies and unicorns.
Yeah, well, believe me, there was a couple of days my husband had to carry me to bed, and I'm 150 pounds, so that my poor husband had to like kind of drag me and carry me like he was dragging a dead body. But at the end of the day, I came through it beautifully. Because as my body was literally being destroyed by chemotherapy, every healthy cell was being attacked and destroyed. My immune system was given the support from this Coriolis versicolor mushroom, and it was repairing, rebuilding, rejuvenating, restructuring. And so it was kind of keeping ahead of the process when it was all over with. And Kristen was there. She saw me. Kristen will tell you, I didn't look like a cancer patient, did I?
No.
I mean, I didn't have that pasty, depleted, worn, torn look that most people that we know that have had chemotherapy. In fact, one of the members in this community told us that it was 10 years before she felt she got back her youthful, healthy look. For me, I came right out of it really in good shape. But here's the fun part. And this is what I love about what we do. And I know Stacy's there, so she's listening. Stacy, you do the same thing. I love irrefutable numbers. I love numbers. Well, I came out of it. I was still 0.05. I came out of it and I had no longer the bone density of someone with osteoporosis. My doctor, it was like a Charlie Chaplin thing. He said to me, "Everything's looking really good on your blood work and your test." I said, "Well, how's my bone density?" He goes, "That's great." I go, "No, I'm osteoporosis." He says, "No, you're not." I said, "Yes, I am." "No, you're not." We went back and forth. I pulled out my old test. He looked at my test. He goes, "This can't be the same person. This person is like bones of an 80-year-old. This person has bones of a 40-year-old. And he was shocked. And then I shared the studies with him from Sloan Kettering, and he was like, "Well, obvious. We have numbers to prove it." So my story isn't unique. My story is there are thousands of people out there who are fighting something catastrophic. I know what it feels like to get that phone call and be told that you have something that's life-threatening. I know what it's like to go to your family and share this news, knowing that, and what goes through your head. Am I going to live? Am I going to die? Can we afford this? Am I going to lose my house? What's going to happen to my family? All this stuff. And then what happens when someone's dealing with something catastrophic? Everybody comes out of the woodwork and shares their cure, right? And like I said, this doesn't cure, this doesn't treat, this doesn't heal. But everybody comes out of the woodwork and just starts nailing you. So what do? You shut down because you're scared and you're confused. So if anyone out there is dealing with someone that is dealing with something catastrophic, I am more than happy to talk with them on the phone. Just email me at the original MarkZ Pets at Gmail, and I will absolutely be happy to chat with them. I speak their language. I know what they're going through. I can commiserate. Sometimes we just get on the phone and cry. Sometimes we get on the phone and we pray. We have a guy coming to my house. He lives 4 hours away because he saw me on a podcast. He just got diagnosed with prostate cancer, and he's coming to pick up some Coriolis versicolor. So I'm going to turn it over to Kristen in a second, but I want to answer this question. My husband is 81 and has 2 centimeters growth in the lining of his stomach. They want to do an endoscopy and ultrasound to see if it's malignant. Do you think your product would help him? I can never say that I know it's going to help. I don't know. But what I do know, and Kristen can attest to this, and so can a lot of people in the community, we have hundreds, if not thousands, of people who have tried this, and all that it is a whole food. That's all it is. You have nothing to lose. We also have a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you don't see some progress in your body, if you're not feeling better, we'll give you your money back. But what have you got to lose? I'm going to finish with Nancy Joe, and I hope she's in the room. Nancy Joe saw us on our first podcast, October 2023. She was getting ready to go into hospice. She was in bad shape. She had multiple forms of cancer. She had multiple bone fractures. I think she was 78 at the time. And her numbers, I believe they were 89. Healthy for her was 25. We started on 15 a day with her. By March, she was out of a wheelchair. She was walking unassisted. She was actually back at home, living at home. Her numbers had gone down to 69. By July, her numbers were 24.5, no evidence of the big C. And I know she also prayed with Dr. J. We've had, a lot of multiple things that worked with Nancy. But what I'm going to say is, I'm sorry that you're dealing with this, but at the same point, what have you got to lose, right? I would try it because I know what it did for me. I'm almost 6 years. Gosh, February is going to be 6 years, and I'm still 0.05. My doctors are just elated. I'm elated. And I know that God did this for me so that I could use this big mouth that I have to share this with people. And that's my journey. That's my mission. And, today we want to talk a little bit more about our fur babies. I chatted a little bit about Christmas. It's a crazy time. We know that, like I said, tree in the house, lights, bulbs, all these things, crackling paper, smells. But then we have the fireworks coming up for New Year's. It's not too late to get chill doggies. You can have FedEx done. They can be shipped out today in FedEx, but it's a little bit tight, but at least get them for the fireworks that are going to be going off on New Year's Eve. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to my good friend, Kristen. Kristen is certified in mycology and in pet nutrition and knows more about these mushrooms than anybody could ever imagine. Oh, I want to touch on the vaccine real quick because Kristen, I know you want to add something to it. We introduced a couple weeks ago on Mark's platform this vaccine that is being pushed. And I had a gentleman here last night with a 12-week-old pup, and he said that the vet pushed this on him. It's called Novavax. It's made by Merck. It is a vaccine that is a one-stop shop vaccine. It will do rabies, distemper, flu, parvo, everything. And then for cats, the distemper and the rabies, Luke and rabies. It was tested on 38 dogs for 14 whole days. And then they euthanized 35 of the dogs. It is an mRNA self-replicating, you all know what that means, vaccine. It is also an I don't want to get it wrong, an SARN self-replicating, which means that their saliva can transfer it to you. Now, how about you? My little puppy gives me puppy kisses all the time. So that means that can actually transfer to you. This is a scary, scary thing. I've talked to some holistic vets who have said absolutely no. Just be more aware when you're talking to your vet. Ask more questions. If they want to try to give this vaccine, why don't you opt for something else if you're the type of person that wants the vaccine? So I'm going to turn it over to Kristen. She's going to really go into some deep diving on nutrition. And Kristen, you had something to add to the vaccine. You had some more information, right?
Yeah, and it's really concerning because, like you said, we have all these questions. Can it be transferred to other species? Can it combine with other pathogens to make new viruses or pathogens that we don't even know about yet? There's all these questions on what it can or cannot do. And it really feels like we're just this uncontrolled experiment without our consent. Like that's what's happening right now. It's just going out there and we're just seeing what happens and they're experimenting on us with our pets. But what's really curious about the entire thing is if you watch the commercial for it, what it claims that the product does is this mRNA goes into the dendritic cell. Yes, thank you. And it produces more amino acids and more proteins. And then that's what goes and helps produce more B cells and T cells and all of these things. But then you look at the immune system and you look at the Coriolis versicolor mushroom and other foods that you can eat. And those foods do the exact same thing. The PSP and the PSK goes to the dendritic cells. It helps it produce more amino acids and more proteins. But the difference is it's been tested for thousands of years. Like this is a food we've been eating for thousands of years. And we know it doesn't interact with medications or treatment. We know there are no side effects. We know you can't overdose or get addicted. We know, nothing can happen. There's hundreds of published studies that have been done more recently. So when you weigh your options and you look at, okay, these two things do the same thing, This one tested for 14 days, man-made. We have no idea what the long-term ramifications will be. This one we've been using for thousands of years, hundreds of published studies, over 3 decades of published studies, published in the National Library of Medicine even. We know what it does. We know how it affects the body, and they do the same thing. It kind of makes you question, why would I not go the natural route, something God created that the body knows how to metabolize, it knows how to use it. It does the exact same thing. And the scary thing about the saMRNA is that it's self-amplifying. It keeps repeating itself, right? It's self-replicating. And it says for a limited time. How long is that limited time? We don't even know how long it continues to just keep self-replicating. When does it stop? And does it vary, right? Does it vary based on age or, condition of the animal or breed or any of those types of things? We don't know. We have so many questions. So that's why we always encourage people, like, don't take our word for it. Ask questions, seek counsel, look for answers, because they're out there, and all the information that we need is really out there. And I see a lot of people asking, very particular questions about my pet has cataracts. Will it help? Well, yes, the immune system does break up crystallization in the eyes. It helps with stigmatisms, cataracts, all those types of things. I see someone else asking if it will help with a pituitary issue, a pituitary gland. I believe it was a tumor on the pituitary gland. And the answer is, look at the studies done on the Coriolis versicolor mushroom. Look them up. They're all available online, and how the Coriolis versicolor mushroom affects tumors and growths like that. Look up what the immune system does for that condition and how the immune system can handle it. It goes into great detail how the immune system addresses that and rebalances it, even if that overactive enzyme has created an immune sensitivity or deficiency, it can still go and rebalance that and modulate it, because the Coriolis versicolor mushroom is immunomodulating. It's not boosting or stimulating. So it's really powerful what God has created, and the foods that we can put into our body that are nature's ally for us, that give us the support that our body needs, especially in a day like today when we're bombarded by toxins and chemicals, and we have this synthetic overload, and our poor little natural bodies don't know how to process it all. And it's doing everything that it can to get it out just as fast as we're putting it in and introducing it to ourselves. So it's time now for support, the support that our pets deserve, the support that we deserve. I myself, years ago, had a really bad autoimmune condition, and I didn't know what it was at the time. It had developed over years. RFK Jr. said that disease is brewing in the body long before the symptoms ever present themselves. And so this was developing over years. Diana saw it. I was getting weaker and weaker. I was losing weight like crazy. I'm 5'9". I was down to 104 pounds. Over a couple of years, I had developed a gluten intolerance. I developed a dairy intolerance. My eyes would swell up. My feet would swell up. My stomach would cramp. I get a migraine if I just had a bite of gluten. It was very intense. And I had no energy. I would just shake all the time. And it got to the point where I started having seizures every day almost. And I would pass out. And I couldn't drive. I couldn't, if I did anything, if I could even get out of bed, I would have to sit down. I couldn't even stand. That's how weak I was. And I finally went to the doctor at that point. After a couple of years of this, and when the seizures started, I finally went to the doctor, because as you can tell, that's always like my last option, right? Try everything that I can on my own first. And they drew my blood work. Sure enough, autoimmune marker was present, and my antithyroid globulin levels, which were supposed to be less than 1, were 522. That's how much inflammation was in my body. And they said, look, we need to start you on this series of testing. This is pretty bad, and we don't know what it is. It takes about 2 years, and we'll go through each portion of it until we find out what it is. Because if you know how that works, they don't know how to find out what it is. They just can determine what it isn't. And they keep going through what it isn't until they discover what it is. And there's no way to even help it then. Now it's just about, once you determine what it is, then it's about managing flare-ups, learning to live with this condition that you're going to have for the rest of your life. So I started on the testing, and I knew about the studies that had been done, and God's timing is so perfect, because right about that time was when I learned about the Enforce Diana was talking about that she took. It's the green bottle. If you go to markzpets.com, it's the green bottle called Enforce. And I had seen the studies that had been done on how it modulates the immune system and how it was impacting autoimmune conditions and immune deficiencies and immune sensitivities. And I thought, well, if I'm going to feel bad for the rest of my life, like maybe this will help me to manage it better, and I won't feel as bad if I'm giving my immune systems more support. And I started taking 6 of them a day, 3 in the morning, right when I woke up, 3 at night, right before I went to bed. And time starts going by. From the time that I started taking them, I never again had another seizure. I never passed out again after I started taking the Enforce. And little by little, I stopped taking naps during the day. I had more energy. I wasn't shaking as badly. My appetite started coming back, and I actually wanted to eat instead of eating because I knew that I had to stay alive. And my mood was elevated. You can tell I'm an incredibly optimistic, bubbly person by nature. And during that time, I was so depressed. I literally didn't want to get out of bed. It took every ounce of willpower just to do anything. And I started feeling happier and better and brighter and lighter. And 5.5 months later, I had gone through the gastroenterology portion, and I got to the endocrinology portion. And I skipped into the endocrinologist's office, and he is like, "You don't look like you have anything." I'm like, "I feel great." And he drew my blood work, and sure enough, autoimmune marker was gone. It was gone. My antithyroid globulin levels that were 522 were back below 1. My vitamin D deficiency that I've had forever, balanced. My vitamin B deficiency that I've had, balanced. My own body was able to balance itself because I was putting the right food into it. I was putting what my body needed. I wasn't giving it that support before. And so years and years and years and years of not feeding it the right things leads to disharmony and imbalance in the body. And when we put the right foods in, you're fine. Now it's been, gosh, I'm like 9 years now that I haven't had to deal with it. I've able to eat gluten ever since. I have no problem with dairy anymore. I have no reaction to anything. You see my blood scans, like live blood. You see my scans. You see any of that. Everything comes back textbook and perfect, like in the middle of the green range. And these are things that I've dealt with my entire life. Your own body knows how to rebalance itself. And that's why nutrition is so important. And especially when it comes to our pets, look at what we're feeding them. And it's not our fault. We've been lied to. We've been deceived. We've been manipulated by marketing and advertising. We go to the big box stores. We go down the 4 aisles of dog food. We see the bag that has vegetables raining down from heaven on it. And we think, oh, that must be healthy. It says natural. It has vegetables on it. It shows meat on it. This must be a healthy food. Then we come and look it up and find out it's one of the 13 worst foods that we can give our pet, that it's toxic and that it's harmed a lot of animals. So it's not our fault that a lot of the nutrition that's out there is bad for them. You know, they're baking it and cooking it at really high temperatures. It's called high heat extrusion processes to make kibble. It's charring the kibble, and our pet's food is full of carcinogens, and they're eating this every meal, every day for their entire lives. They're using things like animal byproducts, which are unclean meat sources that could include euthanized animals and roadkill and animals that are too sick for human consumption, all get sold to pet food manufacturers at a discount. And they're calling it animal byproducts. And they don't have to tell us what those byproducts are or where they came from. They don't have to tell us that there's carcinogens because it wasn't originally present. It's a byproduct of the cooking process. They don't have to disclose that. All of these synthetic ingredients, dyes, fillers, sugars, genetically modified wheat and corn and soy, all this junk is in our pets' foods, and then we're wondering why they're getting sick. In the treats we're giving them, the toys that we're giving them, synthetic, highly processed cotton and nylon fibers, styrofoam, plastic, tennis balls that have tons of chemicals to make them bounce more. Even rawhides, bones, pig ears, formaldehyde, bleaches, glues. They're painted red, which is the harshest coloring you can use. Sometimes they use furniture stain on antler to make them look more natural. This is all the stuff that our pets have exposure to, that they're eating and they're chewing and they're ingesting. And this is what's hurting them so badly. That's why nutrition is so important, and why we feel such a calling by God to be a voice for those that don't have one and to provide better options. It's not enough just to say, hey guys, this is happening. We need to do more. We have to change it. We have to change the way that pets and people are being treated. And that's what we've done through our nutritional products, through our treats that we offer for dogs and cats and even horses, even people. We have treats and supplements for them as well. And so it's so important that we're getting the proper nutrition into our pets. Again, if you go to markzpets.com, you can look on our website. We have tons of research articles. We have so much information. We have a little video called a Pet Health 101 that talks about these different things, what to look for, what to avoid, why we're experiencing what we're experiencing. Go to markzpets.com. You will learn so much. And, I did talk about the toys that we're giving them. Think of all the stuff they're swallowing and ingesting. And a lot of times that's getting stuck inside of their system. Diana, do you have that picture of the x-ray? Look at this. Look at that. Look at the bleach stuffing, the dog bone, the little plastic squeaky toy, right? A lot of times we look at that and we say, oh goodness, maybe they'll pass it, or we'll say, where did that toy go? Thinking that our pet hid it somewhere. Maybe they dug a hole and buried it outside. Little do we know that they swallowed it. And unless we do an emergency surgery or they pass it on their own, which is incredibly painful for them, that is now stuck inside their system for the rest of their lives, slowly poisoning them from the inside out. These are things we don't think about. That's why we have toys that have minerals in them. We have antler splits and antler sticks. We have these pull toys using untreated hemp rope that have so many good properties to them. And when they chew on this, it keeps their teeth clean. It flosses them. If they swallow bits and pieces, it's not harmful. It's not toxic. It's actually beneficial for them. And those antler have so many minerals in it. And minerals are what supports the organs, especially the heart and the kidneys and the livers. A lot of times these organs are damaged, especially not only from the foods and treats, but especially like the drugs or the medications or treatments that we're giving them harm those different organs. And so minerals help to support those organs. They give them a healthier coat. And when we use this naturally shed deer and elk antler, it has lipids in it, which is what help with their growth and development. It has collagen in it, which helps their bones and ligaments and tendons and muscles. It has calcium, glucosamine, potassium, phosphorus, magnesium, which helps their bone and teeth. It helps the storing and releasing of energy. It supports their joints and tissues. I can go on and on. Animals in the wild actually chew on antler. You'll see when you go out, if you find shed antler out in the wild, you'll see little marks on it. Dogs in the wild chew on it. Rabbits, mice, critters, cats in the wild will chew on it too. They know, it's just instinctively know it's good for them and it has minerals. I always say it's the chew that nature chooses.
I like that.
Because it's just a natural thing that's out there and it's good for them and that's what they enjoy. So we always want to give our pets the gift of longevity and health and wellness. We're their voice. We're their advocates. They're completely dependent on us. Even ourselves, we have to ask for discernment. We have to ask for wisdom from God. We have to practice that in everything that we're doing, because now we know not everything that's being offered to us is beneficial for us. And so we have to start asking questions and looking for the answers that God has already given us and return back to the natural order and the natural way that things have been done in the past that sustained us for thousands and thousands and thousands of years before we were disrupted by big pharma and a lot of other industries. So I kind of went on a little rant today, but I'm just so passionate about this because Diana and I get the calls, we get the texts, we see it over and over and over. There's so much unnecessary suffering that's happening that can be resolved if the body is able to rebalance, and it can do that through the foods that we're feeding it. And we found foods and we found supplements that are incredibly helpful in that process, bringing harmony back to the body, bringing balance back to the body. So I'll turn it back over to you, Diana, but thank you all all for just listening and sticking with us and helping us get the word out that there are better, more effective, more affordable ways to do things that truly can change things.
Well, and Kristen, I was there watching how sick you were. I was so worried about you because we could see it in your face. You would just go down. I mean, it would be like, oh my gosh, there she goes. And for the last 6 years, I haven't seen any of that with you. I know we have over 30,000 people in our driveway the month of December for the Christmas display. If you didn't see Whiskey and Wisdom, go back and look at it. It's kind of fun. We shake hands. We hug people. Knocking on wood.
That was just awesome, by the way.
It was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
So much fun.
It was fun. Yeah, it was fun. And I will tell you that I have not caught one thing. And I know it's a couple of reasons, and I'm going to kind of piggyback on a few things. Someone asked, if someone has cancer, will the mushroom pills help shrink and kill the cancer cells? No. The mushroom does nothing but give the body's immune system the support that it needs so the immune system can go in and rid itself of foreign invaders. So it's very important that you understand this is not a treatment. It is not a cure. But your immune system is created so perfectly. If it's given the support that it needs, it can do this. I know that why I haven't caught anything over the last 6 years with these 30,000 people hugging on us, kissing on us, all of that, is because my immune system is so solid. And we have quite a few different products. Right now, one of the best things that we can add to the Coils versicolor is the Shield product for antiviral, because things are going around. You're going to be around a lot of people that you don't normally see, in crowds, and people are going to more plays and malls and shopping and all that. But I also had someone ask in chat, if my dog is healthy, should I just get this to have it on hand? Well, the answer is no. If your dog is healthy, you should put the dog on a maintenance program. Put the dog on our Mush Puppies or a Mush Puppies Plus. It's inexpensive. It's affordable. And it's going to do nothing but give that puppy or that healthy dog a foundation as he moves into his senior years to be able to ward off things like cancer. We're losing our dogs at 50% to cancer. If you talk to anyone about a dog and cancer, almost 75% of the people will say, oh yeah, we lost our dog to cancer, or my neighbor lost their dog to cancer. It's like terrifying to see what's happening. So I would start my pup on a regimen right off the bat. My puppy is healthy and wonderful, and he gets his Mush Puppies every single day. I cut him in half. I fool him. He thinks he's getting 2. He only is getting 1. But I also give him our Mojos, which is a wonderful little liver treat covered with the Coils versicolor mushroom. And then, of course, as Kristen said, our foods, oh my gosh, the freeze-dried food. This has the antler powder. It also, which is the minerals that Kristen was talking about, but it also has the Coils versicolor in it. And it is a wonderful product. Our canned foods, our kibble, so many great products that we have. And again, we're a company that's based in the United States. We're a company that is, a Patriot run. And when you support Mark's community, when you support the products that Mark and Stacy Z and the gurus and all of them, when you support the products that they're showing on here, you are supporting the community. These podcasters work their bazookas off for us. I mean, look at this. Mark's on vacation with his family, and he's still doing a podcast while everybody's going shopping and leaving him there. Maybe he didn't really want to go shopping, but I'm not going to say that. But the point being is that in most cases, these podcasters are giving of themselves to us with complete selflessness. I mean, I don't know how they do it. 11 shows Mark does a week, I think. And we just want to support them by going to MarkZ Pets, looking at what we have, emailing us, asking us any questions that you might have. We also have an affiliate program, and there's a lot of people out there working on the behalf of this community to, as Kristen said, we want 1 million voices. We want 1 million voices. Someone said to me the other day that we are God to our pets. And I thought that was so funny, because you don't realize what we mean to them. We know what they mean to us, but we don't realize what we mean to them. And I saw the cutest meme the other day. It showed this dog, and he had a milk carton. He was putting his owner's picture on the milk carton. And the owner comes in and said, dude, I was gone 5 minutes, because they don't realize the time. We're gone for 5 minutes. They think we're gone for eternity, right? But, we just want to be a voice, and we want to wish all of you such an incredible, incredible holiday season. Anybody that has any questions, I will get back to you within 24 hours. I've got about 4 emails in my email box that I'm a little lax on. I will get to those today. And with that, Mark, we thank you. We look forward to a happy new year. And Stacy, I know you're in the room. I'm also sitting on 2 pillows, Stacy, because you and I are the shorties in the group. So
she's on the couch going like this over her back, waving at you.
Yeah. Well, her and I are both. We're on the pillows when we're talking to people, right? Because we're both so short. Yeah, it's less like. Well, thank you again, Mark. Kristen, I'm glad to see that you are here and healthy as always, and looking forward to seeing you guys soon too.
Definitely.
Yeah, maybe next year before I see you.
I know.
Wow.
Well, are you going to stay in the States all the way through the New Year's, or are you heading back?
I'll be back on the island by New Year's.
Okay. Well, have a fabulous time with your. And did you say that you were expecting a set of twins in the family?
Yes, my niece is pregnant with 2 young ladies. Well, 2 baby girls. And they are due mid-February, but it's twins,
exciting.
So chances are probably going to be early February.
So usually that's like a split the generation, right? With the twins.
Oh, God, in our family, every generation.
Really? Wow.
My mother back there, amen to that.
Yeah.
Twins. Her sisters, Maxine and Eileen, my aunts, are twins. Yeah, it's lots of twins.
Do you ever go to Twinsburg, Ohio for the Twin Festival?
No, we should do that.
Oh my gosh. Oh no, you have to Google it. That's why I used to go, just because it was the most incredible thing you've ever seen. It's so much fun.
Festival.
And I had 2 sets of twins in their family.
Did you say Pennsylvania?
No, Ohio. Twinsburg, Ohio. It's like near Cleveland. They have the Twin Festival every year, and it's a riot. Yeah.
Well, that would be fun.
Yeah.
What a productive family.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Especially because we have so many twins in the family.
Oh, that's so cool. So cool.
No, enjoyed it, everybody. Very much so. I'm going to, I think I've already figured out the changes they've made. So tomorrow should go much smoother.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. God bless everyone. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas to all. And I will see you all 10 a.m. tomorrow Eastern. Bye, guys.
Bye.